Loan. Thank you so much.
First of all, congratulations, sir, and we wish you many more accolades in the future. Now we'll get down to the business part. Like he said, there are a lot of jewels in the industry and a lot of jewelry which we can see around. Now we just need to understand the process of actually distributing this, selling this, and not getting to any problems with the taxation authorities. Yesterday, Mr. Surendra Mehta was here. He mentioned few important things which have changed. One of the thing is that the gold has come into the control list of items. The control list of items is similar to the drugs as well, narcotics. So you need to prove. Now the onus is always on you to prove whether the gold is smuggled or not. And what he suggested is make sure there is the bar number is there and you have the bills with the bar number. So that is really important. And same with the GST. Right now there have been many changes. I think every GST meeting we are looking at what are the changes. There's so many amendments. It's a very simple law, but somehow with government tends to with making amendments it becomes very difficult, and it becomes a very big maze. And now to help us navigate this complicated maze of GST, we have Mr. Bhavin Mehta. The extraordinary thing is he has been there when there was excise on gold. So he knows the industry, how it have passed through the excise, what are the complications. Then when the GST came, he had been with all the representations from GGC for the industry to the ministry and the commerce ministry, and he knows all the intricacies that have gone in, the discussions that have gone in, and also the mind of the officers. So this will help us understand where this is heading, what are the things we need to do, and what are the precautions we need to take. See, there's nothing wrong in doing business, but just that maybe what is right is now illegal. Sometimes we were selling gold more than 2 lakhs. It was always right, it was done for ages, but now it's become marked as illegal. So there, what we are still doing is all proper, more ethically, but legality is something that we need to realize and make sure we are in that particular field so that we don't get harassed by the department. I mean, too much harassed by the department. Unfortunately, the tendency is the department tends to harass. That is what all the associations, we have to show a united front that if you do anything wrong, we'll definitely not tolerate it, maybe in terms of strikes, representations, etc. So they do not misuse the power or as such. So that's very important for us to stay united and also understand the law, that so that we don't get into the wrong side of the law innocently. So for that purpose, Mr. Bhavin Mehta is very well versed and very renowned, and everybody wants to hear from him because of his experience. We are having just a little technical glitch and we will definitely get started. So I just request a little patience here. So, and we should be started in some time. I think yesterday we also had a lot of technical glitches during the opening. The minister was late. Today we have another. Looks like there have been a series of glitches in the starting problems in the morning today. Yeah, no problem. I'm sure 2 minutes will be up. No problem at all. What are the things wrong with GST? Can anyone explain to me? Sir, up. What do you think is wrong with GST? Any negatives you have? Okay, I'll name one. See, in excise, the limitations was 6 months or 1 year. GST is one law. That means if the department didn't find out anything then and your assessment was done, say year, and there was no problem, they could not open the assessment. GST now, the law says that the limitations is, normal limitations is 3 years and the extended limitations is 5 years. So this is a very dangerous thing. So even if you have done, your assessment is done, that means you're not safe. Now the GST is doing audit. So these are some of the things which we have to be very careful of, and we have to represent. This I feel was a unfair thing for all businesses, not only jewelry. We have taken from an easy law to a more difficult law. So many things which are there in the law, which sometimes our politicians tell us that they are giving something good, but indirectly what is in the package, in the details, devil dies in the details. These are the details that we miss. So that is something which I wanted to share with you. I'm sure if you have any more details, please let us know. Okay, we'll start. So Bhavin Bhai, please come to the stage. The stage is all yours. Ramesh sir, can you please accompany Mr. Bhavin Bhai sir? Mr. Ramesh Namnam is welcoming Bhavin Mehta. Mr. Ramesh himself is a CA by profession and very good at all the legal matters, be import, export, etc. And he looks up to Bhavin Bhai, so you can imagine the stature of Bhavin Bhai here. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Bhavin Bhai.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would love to introduce Bhavin ji to our SDS beloved crowd. Bhavin Bhai has 15 years of experience in the field of indirect taxes. He is a legal advisor to the All India Gems and Jewellery Domestic Council. He is a speaker at IIM Ahmedabad, educational forums like Labam, CMAI and other trade associations. He has authored books, GST for Gems and Jewellery Sector, Handbook on Hallmarking and co-author of the book Labam. He is an active participant and organizer of corporate trainings, seminars and workshops for GST. He is a regular contributor of articles related to GST, hallmarking, PMLA, etc. in print media and various trade magazines. He has been an empaneled as faculty for GST by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Various credits to Bhavin Bhai. A big round of applause for such a gem of our industry.
Thank you.
So he will be covering the GST rate on different transactions, and it will also cover the process of job work approval and others. Also importantly, the precautions to be taken so one does not become an innocent victim of the law. So I hand over the seminar to Bhavin ji.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Friends, in this next half an hour to 45 minutes, we'll be just going through the nitty-gritties or maybe what are the new changes from the GST point of view. You people can stop me in the between if you have any query and you can answer that what has to be the clarification. Maybe if you want, you can just raise your hand and I will reply to it. This is an annual package, friends, which you are having at the rate of 15,000 rupees. If you want to get associated with us, you can just contact us and you can be in touch with us. It is at the rate of 15,000 rupees per annum. Friends, if you want any updates or maybe whatever slides are available on the year, you can just go and like to my Instagram page. You can just scan the QR code. Everything is available free of cost. You just have to like the page and you can get all the latest updates, maybe whatever changes are happening in GST, customs, hallmarking. Everything will be available on the Instagram page and you can get an information on that. You just have to scan the QR code and like the page. Okay. This is a book on hallmarking, a handbook on hallmarking which is being written by me. If anybody has an academic interest or maybe they want to have an understanding of hallmarking, this book is available in English as well as Hindi and you can get this book. I think Chetan Bhai has also, and Jab, they're already having the books? Yeah, okay. Ramesh Bhai is saying that even Jab has these books and you can get it from the counter. Okay. Friends, let us go to the recent changes under GST. E-way bill for gold. This is the latest change on 12th of September 2022. The government brought some notification or maybe some circular which was being published on the GST portal or the e-way bill portal, I would say. What is this e-way bill for gold? Okay, the 47th GST Council meeting, they had proposed e-way bill for the gems and jewellery sector. So the 47th GST Council meeting said that the e-way bill should be brought for the gems and jewellery sector based on recommendations made by the various state finance ministers like the Kerala, Karnataka and so on. On 12th of October 2022, the e-way bill generation was provisioned and for all interstate and intrastate transactions, they came out with a circular. Some of the important points over here are, presently e-way bill is not required for the movement of gold. So as on today, If you are making any movement of gold or gold jewelry, e-way bill is not required. Provision for generation of e-way bill in respect of movement of gold shall be notified by each state separately. So each and every state, they has to notify, they have to come out with a notification for the purpose of e-way bill for gold. So Karnataka has to come out with a separate notification, Kerala will have to come out with a separate notification, Maharashtra, Gujarat, all the states will have to come out with a separate notification for the movement of gold. E-way bill to be prepared by the taxpayer only after the same has been notified. You have to prepare e-way bill only when you have a notification in Karnataka. After that, you have to prepare an e-way bill. The important point is the value or limit of e-way bill will be decided by the states and specified in the notification. Whether the value will be 50,000 or 1 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees or 15 lakh rupees, that will be decided by each state separately. If the value of the gold or the value of the consignment crosses X amount, then you need to prepare an e-way bill. That value will be notified by the states. The last line is very important. As per the circular, part B, that is transportation or courier or vehicle details, need not be mentioned on the e-way bill. The meaning over here is, initially the government had insisted for an e-way bill where we had made a presentation that for security reasons, the transportation details should not be mentioned on the e-way bill. So the government acted in a very smart manner and they said, okay, you are having an issue with the transportation details from a security point of view, let us remove that part. No need to mention that whether your vehicles are going through sequel or BVC or an Angadiya or maybe any other mode of transport, that they have removed it. The next important part is e-way bill for the movement of the gold shall be different from the e-way bill for the movement of other articles. So if you are making a movement of gold along with other articles, you have to make separate e-way bills. Multi-vehicle facility is not allowed. Now this is very important, friends. Let us try to understand. There is a jeweler who is in Jewellery Bazaar, Mumbai, and he wants to transport the goods to say Tunuku in Andhra Pradesh. From Jewellery Bazaar in Maharashtra to Tunuku in Andhra Pradesh, and he is doing through an Angadiya. So the Angadiya will go to Jewellery Bazaar, he will catch a taxi, he will go to Mumbai Central Station, he will board a train, he will get down at Vijayawada. From Vijayawada, he will board a bus, and after boarding a bus, he will reach to Tunuku. So there are multimodal transport or multi-vehicles involved. Now the government is saying multi-vehicle facility is not allowed. So this is not like steel or maybe plastic or chemical where you load the entire truck and the goods move from one location to the other location. We have multimodal transport. So we have to make a presentation to the minister saying that this multi-vehicle facility, you have to clarify, or maybe we have a unique industry, so you have to put some restrictions or relaxations for this. Multi-vehicle facility as of now is not allowed. Correct. So what will happen is, say for example, you are in Jewellery Bazaar and you have to don't write a vehicle number. You have to prepare an e-way bill. So when they catch you, they will say, oh, boss, what is this? Where are you going in train? So the distance has to be specified from pin to pin. We'll see in the next slide. I will tell you what it is. Just let me finish it, then I'll come back to the routes. Yeah. Validity of the e-way bill to be calculated on the basis of pin to pin from origin to destination. So you have to mention the pin code numbers, the date, maybe the origin point to the destination point. From Mumbai to Tunuku or from Mumbai to Karnataka, you have to mention that pin code number. Every 200 kilometers, the validity is 1 day. So from every 200 kilometers, there is a validity of 1 day. The number of days will be calculated as you put the pin, it will be calculated automatically and it will say that this is the validity of the e-way bill. E-way bill to be prepared for all movements, namely sale, job work, goods sent on approval, marketing purpose, branch transfer, etc. So any movement, whenever the goods move out of your premises, maybe for any purpose, even if you are sending for the purpose of hallmarking, you will have to prepare an e-way bill. Sale, job work, goods sent on approval or marketing purpose. Friends, this is a very peculiar situation. Say for example, you are sending the goods on an approval from Karnataka to say Hyderabad, and your person takes that goods, your marketing person, and he goes with that 10 kgs of jewelry or 5 kgs of jewelry to various places in and around Hyderabad. As per the validity of the e-way bill, it may take only 3 days, but he, for completing the entire tour, he may require 5 days. So the e-way bill may expire, and if somebody catches you or your person, then it will be a problem. So here also we have to make a presentation that we need some relaxations because we have a unique way of business compared to others. E-way bill once generated cannot be deleted, same like e-invoice. So people even need to understand that e-invoice is different and e-way bill is different. There is a difference between e-way bill and e-invoice. So e-way bill once generated cannot be deleted. Cancellation of e-way bill to be done by the generator of e-way bill within 24 hours. You can cancel it. Or it can be rejected by the recipient within 72 hours. This is how the portal of e-way bill will be looked. E-way bill for gold. This is how it is appearing. You can see the last line, transportation details from pin to pin, and the distance is auto calculated. Yes, now you can ask your queries. Bhavin bhai.
Sir, can we have Q&As at the last? Or
Yeah. Oh.
Sir,
Huh.
you say the part B we don't have to mention.
Correct.
Then why this part is there?
So that part is only for the purpose of calculation of distance. It is only the pin code number if you put, because that validity will be counted based on the pin code number. So here it is saying distance is 31 kilometers. So you will be having only 1 day validity. Friends, any updates on e-way bill, you can go and like my Instagram page. Everything is available over there. Yeah. So e-way bill is basically a document for the movement of goods from destination 1 to destination B. Whereas an e-invoice is a sales invoice or a document for the purpose of sale. You need a sale invoice generating. So that is the difference between e-way bill. Gate pass, you can say something. This is like a gate pass and this is like a challan. Yes, they're different, yeah. The other change over here, friends, we have a change in customs duty from 1st July 2022. The rate of customs duty has been increased from 7.5% to 12.5%. There is an increase of 5% in the customs duty. That is only for the purpose of gold. So 12.5% is the basic customs duty. You have agriculture and infrastructure development cess at the rate of 2.5% and IGST at the rate of 3%. There is no change in the rate of customs duty for silver. From 18th July 2022, there has been a change in the rate of GST. Cut and polished diamond, the rate has been increased from 0.25% to 1.5%. Similarly, for synthetic and reconstructed stones, cut and polished, the rate has been increased from 0.25 to 1.5%. Precious stone, there is no change. Ruby, sapphire, emerald, the rate is same, 0.25%. From 1st October 2022, the limit for e-invoice is being reduced from 20 crores to 10 crores. So initially we had 500 CR, then 100 CR, then 50 CR, then 20 CR. From 1st October 2022, the limit is being reduced to 10 CR. So if you are having a turnover in any of the previous years, from 2017-18, if in any year your turnover is more than 10 CR, you will have to prepare an e-invoice. Many people are saying, sir, in jewellery we are already crossed the limit of 10 CR. 10 CR is nothing for us. So why are we speaking on this? We are already under e-invoice. The important part over here is you have to check even from the supplier's point of view. If you are any vendor or service provider or your supplier of goods, if he has crossed 10 crores and he is not preparing an e-invoice and he is supplying goods to you, you will not be eligible for the ITC. Say for example, I am an advertisement agency, I am giving a service to you, I have crossed 10 crores in the previous year, but my CA has not informed me or I am not aware, so I don't prepare the e-invoice. You take my GST invoice and take credit. In that case, even the credit will be disallowed to you. So you need to keep a check on this. You need to take declaration from all your vendors saying that they have not crossed 10 crores and so they will not be preparing e-invoice. Very important, friends. Please try to understand. Next, reverse charge mechanism, friends. If you are availing any service from the Department of Post, if you are availing any service from the Department of Post by the way of speed post or express parcel post or life insurance or agency service from 18th July 2022, as a jeweler, you are liable to pay GST at the rate of 18% under RCM. समझ में आ रहा है? If you are taking any service from the Department of Post from 18th July 2022, you are liable to pay GST under reverse charge mechanism at the rate of 18%. The other change is service by the way of renting of residential dwelling to a registered person. GST has to be paid by the recipient of a person. Meaning, there is a person, Mr. N, he gives his residential property to ABC Jewelers who is registered under GST. N is giving his residential property to ABC Jewelers who is registered under GST on a rental basis. In this situation, N will not pay GST, but ABC Jewelers, he will be liable to pay GST at the rate of 18% from 18th July 2022. Please note, friends, RCM is something which people don't realize at the beginning. It is only when the department comes or when the audit comes, we realize that we have forgot to pay liability on this. So please be aware of all such transactions. Very common situation maybe, or maybe everybody has this issue over here. Is your parcel seized or detained in case of goods sent on approval? When you are sending the goods on approval, most of the time we find that our parcel is being seized. The jewelers, they don't prepare the right documentation, they don't have the right documentation, they don't prepare the vouchers or the delivery challans as per the GST Act and law, and so they land into the trouble. That parcel gets caught and finally they have to pay penalty at the rate of 200% if you don't comply with this. Friends, what are the documents to be prepared for the goods sent or for goods being sent on approval? You can just go to my Instagram page, you can like my Instagram page. The entire procedure is available in detail and you can just follow that. If you want, you can just scan this QR code. It is available freely and you can go through the entire procedure if you have an academic interest, or maybe you can show to your accountant or chartered accountant that how exactly it's to be done. Barter exchange, friends. Let's try to interact and maybe then we can come to know that what you are doing. It has been more than 5 years that GST has been introduced. Let us see what people in Bangalore are doing under GST. Friends, let's take an example. There is a customer, Mrs. A. There is a madam, Mrs. A. She is not registered under GST. She comes to sell her old studded bracelet to XYZ Jewelers who is registered under GST. So there is a female Mrs. A, she wants to sell her old studded bracelet to XYZ Jewelers who is registered under GST. She comes to sell the bracelet. How much GST? 3, 5, 12, 18? How much GST will come over here? 3, 5, 12, 18. अरे सब लोगों ने बैच पहना है, सब लोग ज्वेलर्स है ना कि नहीं है? कि बिल ही नहीं बनाता है? बिल बनाते हैं लेकिन जीएसटी नहीं है. अच्छा, okay. Okay, yeah, that is the right answer. So in this situation, Mrs. A, just because she is an unregistered person, it is not a supply for her and so no GST. For XYZ, there is no reverse charge mechanism under our rule 9.4 and hence there is no GST over here. So the entire transaction, you have to just prepare a purchase voucher. It's purchase of old gold or old jewelry. There is no GST applicable over here. Let us take an example still further. In this example, instead of Mrs. A, we have ABC and Company who is not registered under GST. This time the company comes to sell the old studded bracelet to XYZ jewelers. The previous example we had an individual Mrs. A. Now this time we have ABC and Company who is not registered under GST. XYZ is registered 3/5/12/18. Sorry? No GST? Okay. Yeah, the right answer is there is no GST because ABC is not registered, so there is no GST. And for XYZ Limited, till 12th of October 2017, it was 3%. After 12th of October, there is no GST. So currently, if you are having any such transactions, there is not going to be any GST over here. थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ते हैं. There is a madam, Mrs. A. She comes with her old jewelry of 100 grams. And she is saying that I want to prepare a new jewelry of 100 grams from the same gold. Sentimental value, 100 grams. Out of that 100 grams, she wants to make new jewelry of 100 grams. Labor bill is being prepared by the jeweler of 20,000 rupees. How much GST? 3/5/12/18. 3/5/12/18. 5%? 18%? Anybody else? We have 5, we have 18. 3/5/12/18. Huh? Achha, okay. So the right answer is it is 18% at the rate of 18% on 20,000 rupees. This is as per the clarification issued by the government 126/45/2019. Friends, whoever is charging 5%, please go back and check with your chartered accountant or tax consultant. The rate is 18% if you are getting from an unregistered person. It has been more than 5 years. If we don't rectify this, the liability will be huge. 13% is a very big gap. Let us take an example further. Again, Mrs. A comes with 100 grams of jewelry. This time, she has 100 grams of that old gold plus additional 10 grams of gold is being added. 100 में से 100 plus additional 10 grams of gold is being added. Labor bill of 20,000 plus for the addition of 10 grams of gold, invoice is made of 50,000 rupees. 3/5/12/18, what is the rate of GST? 18 on labor, 3 on gold. Anybody else? All 3%. Okay. Entire transaction 3%. Somebody is saying 3 plus 18. Somebody is saying only 3. Anybody else? Huh? Anybody for only 18? Only 18. Achha. Anybody for only 5? Okay. Okay, friends, the right answer over here is we have two options. Option number 1, if you make a combined bill of 70,000 without any breakup of gold and labor, then on the entire 70,000 rupees, it is 18%. Please try to understand, if you're not giving a breakup in your invoice and you are preparing a combined bill of 70,000 rupees, then on the entire value, it will be 18%. And if you're giving a breakup of gold and labor, then on gold, it will be 3%, on labor, it will be 18%. Friends, clear? Any doubts? You can ask me. So,
without bifurcation, then 18% is applicable.
ah,
In case of bifurcation, one same bill or the
Same bill, same bill.
then that second option is correct.
so you can make a combined bill. It is not necessary that you should prepare separate 3 and 18 bill. But if you want, you can prepare separate invoices.
I think it's better to make
Yeah,
separate.
you can prepare separate invoices. Yes. Sorry? So if you are showing only one single bill or a combined bill, then it is 70,000 pay 18%.
Sir, no, I am telling about that we are not mentioning in our bill as the labor. We are mentioning only the purchase of the gold and value added, gold value added.
No, you will have to mention now when you are selling it the entire 110
No,
grams of gold. So you will have to write 110 grams of gold.
Yes,
Then you will write old gold received from customer.
yes.
And then you will be writing labor and making charges.
No, labor and making charges we are not mentioning. We are adding value added. That's the gold plus gold only.
But then in that case, you will have to show at purchase and sale. You have to show that I bought 100 grams and I sold 110 grams.
Yes,
Then it is
definitely
allowed.
we are showing that only.
Then it is allowed.
That is 3% GST will be
That is
applicable.
3% GST.
Yes.
Correct.
Everyone is doing the same thing, sir. We are jewelry.
That is allowed. Sorry? So that is allowed.
Yes,
See,
definitely.
it
We are
depends on the
raising 110
paperwork and how you frame your transaction. If you are showing as a purchase and sale, then it is allowed. You bought 100 grams of gold, no GST. You sold 110 grams. On the labor and everything, it is 3%. Full invoice. Full value.
invoice, yes.
Full value. Yes. Yeah. Let us take an example ahead. Again, Mrs. A comes. She comes with 100 grams of jewelry. This time, she likes the jewelry which is available in your showroom, 150 grams. 100 के सामने 150 grams of jewelry, valued 7,50,000. It is a transaction of exchange 3/5/12/18. 3/5/12/18. Only 3? Okay. The right answer is it is a transaction of exchange. On 7,50,000 rupees, it is 3%. Friends, let us take an example. थोड़ा आगे जाते हैं. Please try to understand. These are all new examples which your day-to-day people or maybe might not be aware of it, and you might also not be aware through your consultant. Please try to focus over here. Mr. N, he gives 10 kg of gold loan basis to his company, ABC Jewelers. There is a partner, proprietor or a director who is having 10 kgs of gold in his personal file. As an individual, he is holding 10 kgs of bullion and he is giving on a loan basis to his company ABC Jewelers. ABC Jewelers is paying interest at the rate of 2% to Mr. N. समझ में आ रहा है? N is having 10 kgs of bullion in his personal file. He is giving to ABC Jewelers. ABC Jewelers is paying interest at the rate of 2%. What is the GST involved in this?
Hello.
ABC Jewelers could be anything. He could be partnership, proprietor, anything. Here the question is, N is giving to ABC. ABC is paying interest whether there is GST or there is no GST.
GST is there, sir. Because
Excuse me, sir.
One second, sir. One second. Yeah.
sir, ABC Jewelers is a private limited company or partnership or there is
Okay,
some
what you
separate
want?
combination.
What you want?
It is a partner.
Okay, it's a partnership company.
Partnership can pay the interest and we can take the interest, but GST will be applicable. 18%.
On what? 18%.
Yes.
On the interest portion.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, आप बताइए.
Taking service.
So regarding the person who wants to keep the loan, ABC Jewelers has definitely is charging rate of interest at the rate of 2%. And apart from that, whatever he gives the deposit, whether it is legally as per GST is allowed, or I have heard that it is not allowed.
The transaction is allowed, sir.
Transaction is allowed.
Transaction is allowed.
Then the tax rate will be, according to me, it should be around 5% or 18%. 18% will be the service charge will be chargeable on the basis of loan.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, no GST?
Yeah. Friends, please try to understand. N is giving gold on a loan basis. वो लोन पे दिया है. लोन के लिए वो इंटरेस्ट चार्ज करता है कि भैया I have given you something on loan, so I will charge you interest. Now there is a separate notification which says that services by the way of extending deposits, loans or advances, if the consideration is in the form of interest, then there is no GST. If the consideration is in the form of interest, GST is nil. This is as per notification number 12/2017, and hence there will be no GST. Example थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ाते हैं. Please try to be with me. Please understand. Again, N gives 10 kgs of loan on a gold on a loan basis to ABC Jewelers, but this time ABC Jeweler is paying the interest at the rate of 2% on gold terms. In last example, he was paying by the way of check. Here he is saying that I will pay you interest at the rate of 2%, but I will pay you in the form of gold. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay. Now tell me, whether this transaction will involve GST or it will not involve. Yes, no, don't know. Somebody saying no, somebody saying 3%, somebody is doing this way. So yes, no, I don't know what they are saying. पूरा सिर घुमा रहा है, पता नहीं चल रहा है.
No idea in this.
No idea. अच्छा, okay. अच्छा, friends, please try to understand. This is important, and why I am taking all these examples is because the government is issuing notices based on this, and I am taking this by the way of an example. In this case, N is giving to ABC Jewelers, so there will be, it is given on a loan basis, तो वो gold के ऊपर कोई GST नहीं आएगा. That 10 kgs gold will be not given, but the interest being given by ABC to N will be liable at the rate of 3%. उसके ऊपर GST भरना पड़ेगा. Interest being paid by ABC to N in the form of gold, on that there will be 3%, and the valuation आपको करना पड़ेगा as per the valuation rules, and you will have to pay the GST. समझ में आ रहा है कि बाउंसर जा रहा है? फोटो ले लो, go back, self introspect, ask your tax consultant, ask your CA, but please try to see that if you are doing all those transactions, you are paying the right tax. Sorry? Same. But here I am taking individual. Bank is doing the same thing. Yeah. Okay, let us move ahead. Friends, even this is very interesting, and I was in Calcutta.
That purchased from me Manippuram Finance.
Okay.
It was a new jewelry that is sold by the retailer. That case, whether the GST applicable?
No, Manippuram Finance, they bought it
purchased from
a customer.
Finance. No. The retailer purchased from the Manippuram Finance in an auction. It was a new jewelry.
Yeah.
He directly sold to the customers.
3%.
But one case, it has come, it was a GST was nil.
One case it has come?
One case happened in the High Court. No GST will be paid.
No, there has to be GST. Now, when there is a sale.
Recently, one case I read, I forgot answer.
No, that will come. Old gold, resale. Okay, we'll come to that. Friends, the next slide is very important. This is one of the issues which has started in Kolkata, and somebody has posted a query on my Instagram page, and this is what the situation is. Please try to understand. It could be so that even you are undertaking this type of transaction. There is a customer who comes to a jeweler with a solitaire diamond worth of 10 lakhs. So a customer comes to you, he is saying that I have a solitaire diamond of 10 lakh rupees, and he asks the jeweler to make a gold ring mounting. He is saying कि मेरे को एक mounting बना के दे दो gold ring का जिसमें ये solitaire fit होगा. Customer coming with the solitaire, he is saying that you make a gold ring mounting and you affix, and he wants to affix the diamond on that. समझ में आ रहा है? Customer coming with solitaire of 10 lakh rupees, he asks the jeweler, boss, you make a gold ring mounting for me on which I want to affix this diamond. The jeweler, he makes the mounting. The customer asks the jeweler to fix that solitaire diamond, and this is how that solitaire ring will look after that. Now the question over here is, on what value is the GST payable by the jeweler? Is it on the value of gold ring mounting, material plus labor, or on the value of gold ring mounting plus solitaire diamond? The jeweler wants to pay GST. Will he pay only on the gold ring mounting, or he has to pay GST on the value of solitaire plus the gold ring mounting? Who will decide the value of solitaire diamond? समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? The first question is, what is the value on which GST is payable? Is it only the jeweler? He will pay only on the value of gold ring mounting, or he will pay on the value of gold plus the solitaire diamond. Okay.
In this case, the ownership of the stone is totally different. He is the supplier. The jeweler, what he makes, he only creates the item, only fixing the work he is doing.
Correct.
But the original cost of the stone, no one can ready to decide because it may be old diamond.
Correct.
It may be of old jewelry or it
Correct.
may be of devaluation jewelry. But the jewelers can decide only making of the jewel. That is maximum to the best of my knowledge.
Okay. Anybody else?
Sir, 3% on the gold and 18% on the labor. Fitting charges.
Not required, boss. Entire thing 3%.
Entire thing.
Yeah. Friends, I will tell you why this has cropped up. There is section 15(2)(b). Section 15, subclause 2(b), which says that any good supplied by the recipient is the customer. Any good supplied by the recipient, even that value has to be added for the purpose of arriving at the transaction value. So the department is saying, okay, boss, only gold ring mounting nahi hoga. Nobody can only wear the gold ring mounting. Without solitaire, that ring has no value. It does not have a use. Nobody will wear only with the mounting unless and until that the solitaire is affixed to it. So department is taking a contrary stand. In my opinion, it is only on the value of the gold ring mounting that the jeweler has to pay the duty. But this is the litigation which is being going on. The department is taking a contrary view and they have started issuing notices. So please go back, please confirm with your CA, there is a food for thought. Please try to make your paperwork in such a way that tomorrow the department cannot point out. The simple thing is, if I make a gold ring mounting and if I ask the customer that you issue a gold ring and you issue a solitaire to me for the purpose of job work, I will affix and give it back to you. Then you are out of this. But that paperwork, jewelers are very poor in paperwork. They don't make the right paperwork. They do big business, but very poor in paperwork. So your paper should speak that yes, I have done job work, I have affixed that diamond on it, and hence I will be charging. You should charge 18% on that labor. फिर आप इसमें से बाहर आ जाओगे. का नहीं चाहिए.
That would hold good for almost every other. मतलब gemstone के लिए भी वही.
Same funda. हाँ, paper speaks. Please make proper paperwork to substantiate your transaction. Yeah, next. Now, there is a classic case of GST AAR Karnataka, Attica Gold Private Limited. I have just summarized the case law from a practical point of view for you people to understand. The case law is very big, but let us try to understand the crux of it. Mrs. A, an individual, she is unregistered. She wants to sell her 22 carat necklace for 3 lakhs. So she comes to a jeweler XYZ. XYZ sells the same jewellery at 3,50,000 to Mrs. B, who is unregistered. Divakarji. A selling to XYZ, XYZ selling to B, A selling at 3 lakhs, XYZ selling at 3,50,000. Now what would be the amount and what would be the rate of GST in this case? Correct. So we have a system of margin scheme under GST which says that under the margin scheme, you can pay GST only on the difference between the selling price and the purchase price, which is 50,000 rupees, 3% on 50,000 rupees, provided supply made by XYZ must be a taxable supply and there should be only minor processing done. You cannot change the identity of the jewellery. You can do some minor polishing or buffing or something, but the product should remain as it is. In that case, you can pay GST only on 50,000 at the rate of 3% and not on 3,50,000. Yeah.
Changes in the product, is it minor or major?
So that you will only have to say. You will only have to substantiate and say, okay, this is what I had bought and this is what I am selling.
I can overcome all those 6, no?
Huh?
I can overcome.
Yeah. So the second-hand goods, this is applicable only in case of second-hand goods. That is the main thing. Second-hand goods means goods which used as such or after minor processing, which does not change the nature of the goods. Manufacturer, wholesaler, selling jeweler to retailer shall not be considered as second-hand goods. Sir, manufacturer or wholesaler, if he is selling it to a retailer, it will not be considered as second-hand goods. It should be from an unregistered customer who that female should have used her jewellery, and if she is selling, then it will be considered as second-hand, but not by manufacturer or wholesaler. So you are saying that Manappuram to retailer will not be considered, we cannot fall in this scheme. Let us try to understand the pros and cons. The advantages is, since GST is paid on the difference between the purchase and sale price, there will be less burden of GST to the customer. It is useful in case of B2C transactions. Why? Because in case of B2B, सामने वाला वो credit मिलने वाला है, he is eligible for the credit. So even if you charge at 3,50,000 or 50,000, it is not going to make a difference. The disadvantages of this scheme is, the customer will come to know that it is a second-hand jewellery or a used jewellery because you are paying GST only on the differential amount. So this is what is important. You can go back and ask your CA, you can do some tax planning over here. Friends, last few slides, and I think then we can sum up. Friends, some important point. Job work under GST, XYZ and company selling 24 carat pure gold to ABC and company who is registered under GST. कितना GST आएगा? 3, 5, 12, 18. XYZ to ABC is giving on job work. 3, 5, 12, 18. 5%? Okay. The right answer is 5%. Both are registered. The next example, XYZ is registered under GST, is giving 24 carat pure gold for job work to ABC and company who is not registered under GST. How much GST? 3, 5, 12, 18? 3, 5, 12, 18. 5? सबको भूख लगा है, लेकिन थोड़ा कॉन्सेंट्रेट कीजिए. XYZ, ABC is not registered, so there is not going to be any GST only because ABC is not registered under GST. GST at the rate of 5% RCM till 12th of October. After 12th October 2017, there is no RCM. So this transaction, there will be no GST. Last example, XYZ and company sending the necklace for repairing to ABC and company. 3, 5, 12, 18? 18? 5? 3? Okay. The right answer is 18% because repairing is a different service as compared to job work. So if you are preparing any repairing invoice, you need to charge 18% and not 5%. Friends, very important, if you want, you can take a photograph of this. Majority of the jewelers, when they prepare an invoice for job work or for the purpose of repairing, they are not writing these service accounting codes. So when we sell jewellery, we write 711319, which is the HSN code. When you are giving any service like job work or repairing, you need to mention that 998892 or 998722. This is something which has to come on the face of invoice. Friends, please try to focus over here. This is again a very important topic which is being started in Jewellery Bazaar, and lot of issues, notices are being issued by the department. Here we have to answer the question whether it is a job work or it is not a job work. Let's try to understand this. There is a principal who is issuing the metal or bullion to a karigar for the purpose of making necklace. Principal issues the metal or bullion to XYZ Limited, who is located in Jewellery Bazaar, who is not a goldsmith. Tanishq is giving to XYZ Limited. Tanishq is giving to XYZ Limited, who is not a goldsmith. XYZ, he entirely outsources his job and gives to Karigar A, artisan A. Tanishq to XYZ, XYZ to artisan A. XYZ does not have any facility, he is only having a 100 square foot shop in Jewellery Bazaar. He gives his entire job to Babu A, Babu B or Babu C. How much will artisan A charge to XYZ? 5%? 3, 5, 12, 18? अरे बोलो भाई. 5. The right answer is the artisan A will be charging 5% to XYZ Limited. How much will XYZ charge to principal? Is it 5%, 12% or 18%? Okay, Suresh is saying 5%. Somebody else? Achha, somebody saying 18%. Anybody else? Anybody for 12? So this has happened in Jewellery Bazaar. I had personally gone to the department. We even went to the Ministry of Finance. We met the Finance Minister last week on this issue, and we had debated a lot on this. And lot of notices are being issued in Mumbai. I think this is going to happen on a pan-India basis. Please try to focus over here. Everybody is charging 5%. As of now, A is charging 5 to XYZ. XYZ is also charging 5 to principal. Department बोलता है नहीं बाबा ये गलत कर रहा 12% आएगा. I told there is nothing like 12% for the gems and jewellery industry. अच्छा, there is no 12%? Okay, we'll fall you in 18%. If not 5 then 18%. Why 18? He's saying XYZ is not doing anything. He is a commission agent. He is a broker. He is an intermediary. He is a coordinator. He is a facilitator. But he is not a job worker. That is what the department is saying. He is a coordinator, facilitator, intermediary or a commission agent, and so he should charge 18% and not 5%. This is the view of the department. Now I have a contrary view over here. Now in our example, XYZ is responsible to the principal to ensure that the processing is undertaken and the price is agreed upon. XYZ is deciding that I will send to Karigar number A, Karigar number B or Karigar number C. Most important part, XYZ is responsible for the loss if anything is happening. No commission agent will say कि अगर माल चोरी हो गया तो मेरा जिम्मेदारी है. No broker will say कि if the goods are lost, I will bear the responsibility of it. In our example, XYZ is responsible for the theft, loss, pilferage or anything. Last line is very important, which all the jewelers, maybe I have seen more than 90% of the jewelers are not complying. The movement of goods from principal to XYZ and from XYZ to the Karigar should be under the cover of a delivery challan as per Rule 55. Which we people are not doing. We are issuing some issue voucher, receipt voucher, not filing ITC 04. I have been selling since last 5 years through multiple forums and multiple platforms. Please file ITC 04. People are not aware only. The chartered accountants are not aware. They are not replying, they are not responding, they are not explaining to their clients, they are not explaining to the jewelers that there is something like ITC 04. Please go back. यही सब problem Jewellery Bazaar में हुआ है. They have not filed, they have not done, and they are not in a position to prove that it is job work. So all this is going to help you if you do regular and timely filing. Many people ask, sir, नहीं किया तो क्या होएगा? क्या सजा है इसमें? क्या penalty है? Why are we going on that other track? Rather than ask, sir, how to file it? What are the ways to file it? Jewelers are asking, sir, नहीं किया तो क्या होगा? कितना penalty है? Please go back, very important. This can come back to you also. You can also receive the notice. The important part over here is, so definition of job work says that any treatment or process undertaken by a person on goods belonging to another registered person. Treatment or process is not defined under GST Act. So we have to go to the definition which is given in the Oxford Dictionary. There is a Supreme Court judgment, the Apex Court judgment under Collector of Central Excise versus Rajasthan State Chemical under Central Excise, which says that even handling is a process. Tanish giving to XYZ, XYZ giving to Karigar A is handling of material. यहाँ से material लिया, इसको दिया, यहाँ से लिया, उसको दिया. Handling is also a process, and hence just because handling is a process, it will be considered as a job work, and so the rate of GST should be 5%. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay. So the right answer over here is, in both the case, it should be 5% according to me. This is my opinion. You can go back and you can confirm with your CA. Friends, if anybody wants to get associated with me, or maybe this is our package, this is a per hour package, and you can try to be in touch with us. We can support you on a pan-India basis. Yeah. Friends, thank you very much for giving a patient hearing. Thank you very much. I hope I could deliver something to you and you can gain something from that. Thank you. So you have to file it. You can file even today. Yeah. No timeline, no timelines. As of now, there is no issue. Yeah.
Any more queries? Can we end the seminar?
If suppose we are rendering a free service to the customer,
no GST.
then the voucher will be there.
No GST.
Mentioning weight, everything will be there.
No GST.
No
GST. No consideration, no GST. Sorry? No, they have not announced. They are not announced. Yeah, they'll do. Till date not announced.
Sir,
yeah.
With regarding to ITC 04, as you said, a lot of people are not aware of it, and it's due 2017 onwards when GST started, it has to be filed.
Yeah.
How do we go about, because it's not...
See, for 17, 18 and 18, 19, they have given an exemption.
Okay.
From 19, 20, you have to file it. You can file even today.
Okay.
There is no penalty on that.
Okay.
So just to regularize, you can do it.
From 19, 20, you said, right?
Yeah. 17, 18, 18, 19, there is an exemption.
Okay. 19, 20 onwards, it is mandatory.
You have to file, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anybody else? That is okay, yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
सर हम प्रेशियस स्टोन्स 1% GST पे लेते हैं और उसका जो
नहीं क्या करते हैं?
प्रेशियस स्टोन्स
का हाँ
तो उसको हम ऑर्नामेंट बना के जब बेचेंगे तो 3% GST लगाना है या 1% सर?
3% सर 3%.
लेकिन स्टोन्स तो हम 1% पे खरीदते हैं.
स्टोन्स में 0.25% है सर.
हाँ सॉरी.
0.25% में you are purchasing, but when you change the form and you sell it along with jewellery in the form of a jewellery, then it is 3%.
Means I have to sell in 3%.
3%. If it is jewellery.
Yes, sir.
If you are selling precious stones as it is, then it is 0.25.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
सर अभी थोड़ा कॉर्पोरेट बिल बनने के टाइम में उनको फॉर्मेट देते हैं तो गोल्ड वैल्यू 916 उतना अमाउंट होता है फिर मेकिंग चार्जेस उतना अमाउंट स्टोन चार्जेस सो दिस इज ये फॉर्मेट बैठता है क्या जीएसटी में?
That is okay. On the entire thing, it's a composite supply. So even you give multiple breakups, the entire value will be on the entire value 3%.
3%.
3%. Yeah.
अगर हम मेकिंग चार्जेस अगर एक्स्ट्रा लगाएंगे तो उसमें 5% लगेगा.
3%.
3% ही लगेगा.
Yeah.
हम सेपरेट मेकिंग चार्ज से ऐड कर सकते हैं.
Composite supply, yes.
तो क्या कर रहे हैं सर? अभी समझिए गोल्ड का रेट 92 का 916 का 4900 है. तो इंक्लूसिव ऑफ उसमें हमको लेबर चार्ज ऐड करना है?
नहीं, you can show separately.
तो उसके लिए 5% नहीं लगेगा.
5% नहीं लगेगा, 3% ही आएगा.
हम मेकिंग चार्ज करके मेंशन
100%. 100%.
Thank you.
Sir, my question is, when I am giving, I had purchased bullion 100 gram gold. Okay, I am giving to the Karigar the 100 gram gold to the same, and making a jewelry. He is giving me back of 100 gram of 916. That is, there is no charges in applicable, no sir.
What charges?
Any labor, nothing. We are not giving any labor and.
So you issued 100 grams.
100 gram is a bullion. Is all 999. And he is giving the 916 of 100 gram only. The 8% of wastage he is taking himself, but he will give 100 gram gold only. It's a 916.
So against 100 grams, he is giving you back 100 grams, no?
Yes, yes.
So and he is increasing the labor.
Yes.
So you are saying against 24, you are getting 22.
22.
But 100 grams.
100 gram.
And that 8 grams which you are saying, that is the wastage.
Wastage is taking. So there is no wastage means there is no charges to be there.
So he doesn't charge anything to you.
Yes. Even also you are not paying.
See, legally this is wrong, because on that transaction, say for example, he has to give the breakup that what is the wastage and what is the labor charge, because the transaction of labor charge will attract GST. So if he is not giving the breakup on that entire 8 grams, he has to pay GST at the rate of 5% on the value of gold.
Sir, is wastage only, no sir?
8%, if
not
it is
value
actual
added.
wastage, then it is fine.
It is not value added at all.
If it is actual wastage, then it is okay. But I would counter that way. No Karibar will give you free service. Definitely he will charge something. So if it doesn't give the breakup, it will be presumed that that entire 8 grams is the labor job.
Sir, in case we will charge 8% is the wastage, and he'll charge 25 rupees per gram as in labor.
Fine.
So per gram is 100 is 2,500 rupees. We'll pay 5% of.
That is okay, but then you will have to prove that 8 grams is the real wastage.
I cannot prove, no. He is giving.
You have to prove.
No, he is giving, no.
You have to prove, because ultimately it is your gold which is going and coming back.
Yes, coming back, but he is giving the voucher of the 8%.
Sir,
so you want to ask for him only,
he can
no?
give any voucher. See, the responsibility of proving that whether the transaction is right is on the principal. So you are the principal, you are issuing the gold to him. So that 24 karat pure gold should come back. You are saying I am receiving only 22 carats.
Yes.
If 22 carats of an equivalent weight you are receiving, then it is no problem. 100 grams ke samne 100 grams are absolutely fine. But you are saying, nahi, I am getting less, 92, 8 grams less.
8 gram less not, it's mentioned as 92%.
92%. So 8 grams you are getting less something. Let us take that way.
Copper added.
Yeah. So in that scenario, it is the responsibility and the onus on you. When you file that ITC 04 return, you will have to write that 8 grams is a wastage. Say for example, you write there over 8 grams is a wastage. The department can ask you, okay, boss, let us make a jewellery and let us see that whether 8 grams is really coming out to be the wastage amount. So the onus or the burden is on you to prove that that jewellery will have a wastage of 8 grams. Gain, yes. Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So actually this practice should be discontinued unless and until you have a very strong paperwork like Emerald or Tanishq. In that case you can do it, but in your case, one leg you are putting over here and the second leg is in the air, even that is shaky, so you will collapse and you will fall down. So you please discontinue this. Sir, anybody else? Yeah, last query, chalo. ITC 04, boss, it's a long lecture. You can go to my page and you can just see it. Or maybe we can keep some other seminar for that. Yeah.
Sir, if our sales is more than 40 lakhs, then we have to take a GST number.
Sales is more than 40 lakhs.
If my sales is only 20 lakhs.
If your labor sale is more than 20 lakhs, then you need to take number. If your sale of goods is more than 40 lakhs, then you have to take a number.
No,
so
sir.
you have to identify that whether you are into labor or...
Sales, sir. My sales is only 20 lakhs. But
No.
my customer is asking bill from me.
Then
I
you have to
don't
take
have
number.
GST number. Then what to do?
Then you have to take number.
I have to take number. But
Or
yes,
maybe you can issue invoice without GST till 20 lakhs.
I can issue
Yes.
without GST.
Yes. Allowed.
Okay, sir.
Yeah?
Kindly be seated, sir. Kindly be seated. Before we conclude this seminar, I would love the entire crowd to give a big round of applause for our
Thank you very much. Thank you.
most loved Bhavinji for making our eyes wide open regarding the GST laws. I would allow to invite our Honorable Treasurer, Mr. Dhavanam Ramesh, sir, to give a special vote of thanks.
I think it is the most interesting seminar which we should attend. I also request all the associations across Karnataka to hold a seminar which it's better because lot of things, even though we feel we know everything, but unfortunately lot of loopholes are there, even we don't know. So better we get educated. I think now government GST era is completed 5 years. Till 5 years government was not issuing the notices. Now they started issuing notices after 5 years, finding all kinds of faults. So better we get prepared. So Mr. Bhavin Mehta is a call away. Better we get registered with his company. It's for a small amount. Which is, as a jeweler, I can find poor farmer. I don't find any poor jeweler as such. So better we pay 15,000 and get enroll with him. So that what happens, you can sleep peacefully. So otherwise, every day you have to face a lot, even small things. Even though I am a chartered accountant, sometimes I feel doubt whether it's right or wrong. So please ensure that. So if you want any, hold a seminars in your local associations, it will be better. So I thank Bhavin Mehta, in spite of his busy schedule in Bombay's show, he has come over here. Thank you, sir. I also request to accept a memento from our exhibition.
It's a token of appreciation. I would love Ketandru, Honorable Secretary JAB, to come on the dais and hand over along with Davanam Ramesh, sir. Big round of applause, guys. It was a wonderful seminar. Thank you all. And the next seminar will be of Mrs. Hetal Vakil Walia. She is a designer, creator, and she'll be focusing on design and creativity and innovation in the jewelry industry. It will be starting at 3 p.m. Request everybody to gather over to the main stage at 3 p.m. sharp. Thank you.